And when they found out, they didn't want a bigger cut.
And that was in exchange for what?
Protection. Let us know once things when you get ready.
Is this the 10th precinct? Or different precincts?
It was different precincts. Back in the 70s, just then, there was a lot of corruption going on.
So basically, you were here in Detroit running the business, and they were up in Southfield, kind of.
Like I said, that's where he stayed at.
Okay.
He didn't go home that much.
Like Eddie didn't go home that much?
He didn't stay out there all the time because he had other places to stay.
What about Courtney? What was
Courtney just stayed? He went around with me and Eddie that much. We were running into him every now and then. Courtney didn't be around me and Eddie.
Okay.
He just did. Because the things that me and Eddie did, he didn't do.
16, 17 years old when he really starts fucking around with them. And I think you've heard him speak. His mom and Eddie had a really deep relationship, right? So showing this big kingpin that as Eddie Jr. spoke on it a little bit, that, you know, Eddie not having a mom, Butch's mom in some ways kind of feel that void to him, and it also again gives him that inside. That this guy's found a big mega, you know, kingpin. He's a human being with all the issues and dramas that people have. Like this. Anyway, so he don't know Eddie and them. He watching and he goes into it in the doc. And he's seeing this young guy is seeing these niggas all of a sudden driving these Cadillacs, making all this money in the neighborhood, right? It's a situation where 5-0's getting all this money, right? This is post buyout. So Eddie has sent 5-0 and Dolph and told them, niggas, y'all do your own thing. I'm done. I'm a wholesaler now, right? Butch hires, 5-0 hires Butch to work for him, running the errands and, you know, working for him. One particular night, 5-0, who had a great love for women, is entertaining himself with a broad, which is made like a $50,000 collection. Because this kind of story could give some scope of the money, and then again, just the nigga shit, it is real. These is niggas. These was just some niggas. These were regular guys all of a sudden in a real crazy situation. He's picked up $50,000 of 5-0's money. He goes to give 5-0 his fucking money. 5-0 in there fucking. Butch pounded on the door saying, I got the money, because he's young and he wants to get rid of this $50,000, not be carrying it around. Understandably correct, right? 5-0 having fun and like, motherfucker, stop bothering me. Butch continues to pester him, man, come get this money. And 5-0's response is, you asshole, you made me stop having fun to get this fucking money. You fired, you dumb motherfucker. Don't come back to work tomorrow. So now this kid then lost his job working for the crew. 5-0 ain't thinking no more about it because he just doing his 5-0 life, right? Eddie finds out about what happened, and he basically was like, you know what, Butch, come and start riding with me. He's like, 5-0 should have done that to you. He thinks it's kind of funny because he thinks it's just 5-0. It is. It's funny because he's like, that motherfucker 5-0 is a motherfucker. You know? And he was 5-0 and fired you because you interrupted them fucking. And Butch, you know, it's like they say, like, this story been told to me, and, you know, he can obviously unpack it more, but the high points of it, yeah, basically, and that's what actually was his break. Again, another of the many ironies of this story, that tragedy turns to triumph.
Tragedy, yeah.
And this story is full of that, of tragedy turning to triumphs.
Wow.
So his if he doesn't get fired for 5-0, then never would have ascended as he did in this organization.
When I was about 18 years old, Eddie and the whole crew, we all growed up in the valley,
Okay.
which is not far from the Fox Theater. At the time, I was working. I was doing my little hustling, but I wasn't selling no drugs. I was working at the gas station. Been knowing Eddie, 5-0 and all my life. So I used to ask Eddie for a position. He told me he couldn't do it because, you understand, he was close to my mother. So I started hustling anyway with 5-0.
Now wait a minute. 5-0, that's Ronald Garrett.
Ronald Garrett.
Okay.
And so me and him, you understand, was real close. Like I say, we always close anyway because we was from growing up. And so me and him had a disagreement about something. So when we fell out, then I got with Eddie.
Well, hold on. Now when you say y'all had a disagreement, is it true, this street legend, that the reason why you and 5-0 had a beef, you was out collecting 5-0 money, 5-0 was in bed with one of his women and got disturbed? Tell the truth for y'all.
5-0, you understand, was a big freak.
All right.
And I was collecting up all the money. That's all I did. Drop the drugs off and pick the money up. I picked up $50,000, took it to him, and he got upset because I disturbed him. So I told him, you understand, he can hate. Don't even worry about it. And so me and him fell out about that. So when we fell out, Eddie heard about it. He went to joking about it, man. He said, "You mean tell me that big freak, you understand, don't want to take the money, you understand?" I said, "You know how crazy 5-0 is." So anyway, 5-0. So Eddie said, "Man, I got a job for you." So this is what I've been waiting on. I said, "What's the job, man?" He said, he said, this was in '74. He said, "I got a brand new Eldorado parked in Omaha Airport in Nebraska." He said, "The keys will be in the parking lot at the attendance." And he said, "All I want you to do is pick the car and bring it back. Just do the speed limit." So he gave me a plane ticket, and I went there, brought the car back. And when I got back, you understand, I come to find out I had a truck full of drugs, you know. And so, like I say, from that point on, that's what I started doing. Transport.
So Eddie flew you out to Omaha, Nebraska. The car was waiting for you.
Right.
You did what you were supposed to do.
And brought it
You
back.
ain't know the package was in the car till you got back to
Till I got back to Detroit. He just told me don't do no speeding.
Okay. So when you start working with Eddie, let's go back to the New York thing. So when did you start going to New York?
After the bus on Hubbard. That's when I started going to New York. Me and Peter Gunn was the two road men. And Dean, Robert Robertson,
Okay.
he did some trips too. But I was the main one. I was making trips back to back, going up to New York, dealing with the Gambino's family. And like I say, you understand, we had to be on a time basis. They give you time to be there, and he'll tell you where to drop the car off at. And we go to a hotel, a certain hotel, City Square. That's where we would go. And then when we go there, you understand, they'll call me in the room and tell me where to come at another location. And the key will be in the car. And I get in the car, I got protection from the time I get in that car to the time I get over to George Washington Bridge. And then when I get on the other side, which is in Jersey, I will be on my own. I used to make those trips sometimes twice a week.
Twice a week?
Yeah.
Y'all was running like that?
Yeah. I can go pick up a load and get to Detroit, and it'd be sold before I even get there.
So, now this is right when y'all was at y'all peak, right?
Yep.
This is when it was going down.
Right.
And
And the drugs that we was getting,
okay.
we was paying $60,000 a key.
Okay.
At that time, they weren't using those scales. We were measured out with quarter spoons. We was getting anywhere from 200 to 225 quarters of raw. We'd take it, pack it up in quarters, in bags of 25 in each bag. Take each bag and put 175 quarters on 25 quarters. That made 200. That was the key.
Say, wait a minute, let's slow down, because I think people when they be hearing about how y'all was able to make so much money, you saying you take 25 quarters of the raw.
Put
and you was putting 175 quarters
a lactose.
A mix on it.
Right.
And it was still A1?
After we do that too, the person can put a 3 on it for P.
After y'all done already hit it.
That's right.
With 125, 175 on 25.
That's right. We was taking one key, making 10 keys.
What's up, family? It's your man, CRB Jr., Courtney Robert Brown Jr., here at Motown Mafia Podcast, of course, the Big Boss Filmworks production. We here at Big Boss, Brother Lou, the other half of Big Boss, we are here with heavy hearts. The podcast world and the African-American true podcast world really took a loss. We were informed a couple of days ago that Brother D, Derek, of Mogul Mindset had transitioned. The Mogul State of Mind, actually. Big D was known as Brother Derek. He transitioned a few days ago. This thing called life is really tenuous. His channel was really growing and exploding. I hope and pray that maybe some of his people can find a way to keep it going. It was a real honor. The brother was just here in Detroit, had me and Lou down. Did a great interview that's got great response with myself, talking about Eddie and back in the day. He interviewed Big 50, Steve Fishman, BJ Chambers, I think Brother Boone, and a few others from this whole Detroit situation. And he was just doing great work. He was a brother with a great heart. We have reached back out to him and trying to do some more collaborations in the future. But that was not in the cards, so again, we here at Big Boss Filmworks Motown Mafia Podcast want to give our deepest condolences to Big D's family and to the whole Mogul State of Mind family. We wish him well, and may he rest in peace. Salute to Brother D.